If you guys lacking coins for all the new cards that are out, then check out mulefactory.com. They're the cheapest site I've found for coins. They deliver in 5 minutes. And if you use TGC Kurt5 at checkout, you get 5% off your order. Check them out with the link down below now. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new FIFA 18 video. Today we're going to be looking at some of the big downgrades that will be coming to players in FIFA 18. Now EA don't really downgrade players all that much. If you think about a lot of the bigger players, they will slowly decline their pace, the ratings will go down a touch, but in general, there isn't too many big downgrades. So, I had to really dig out some of the worst performers this season, and so far I have 2 episodes worth of players. But of course, if you guys have any suggestions for players you think should be downgraded in FIFA 18, please comment it down below. And of course, if you're enjoying this FIFA 18 content that we've been trying to do as of late, smash that like button. I also want to say, all the graphics on the screen done today were done by me, so if they're bad, let me know. If they're good, let me know. Hopefully they're not bad, because I'll just have to get someone else to do it for me who's a little bit more capable. But we're going to get stuck into it with our first player, and that is one that has not performed too well today. That is Claudio Bravo. The guy, I mean, he's had an indifferent season, is one way to put it. Now, he was downgraded in January. I wouldn't be surprised if he's downgraded again, based on how his season turned, basically from December. Now, I've got some of his statistics here. I thought it'd be quite interesting. 22 Premier League games played. And there's a spell in this where he really is just terrific. Now, at the start of the season, he started off quite well, actually. He was doing well in the Champions League against Borussia Mönchengladbach. They did well against Bournemouth, a 4-0 win. They started the season off brilliantly. But they hit about November, and these are consecutive games how many he conceded, okay? Borough 1 goal, Palace 1 goal, Mönchengladbach 1 goal, Burnley 1 goal, Chelsea 3 goals, Leicester 4 goals, Watford no goals, Arsenal 1 goal, Hull no goals, Liverpool 1 goal, Burnley 1 goal, Everton 4 goals, Tottenham 2 goals, Huddersfield was a 0-0. And then the replay he conceded. He just had an awful time. He conceded in like 15 out of 17 games. Failed to make a clean sheet. Had a lot of errors. Conceding 4 to Leicester. Like 3 to Chelsea. 4 to Liverpool. He had a really tough time. And he didn't finish the season off any better. Now I'm sure you guys know they did actually do well. He did do well for Chile. Against Portugal, I think he saved 3 penalties. Fair enough. He's done something there. But at Man City, he's had an awful season. One of the worst I've seen a goalie have at like a top half club. It's just really poor. Obviously, they've bought in Ederson from Benfica now. You can't really see Bravo staying there or playing at all next season, rather. And he's probably going to wind down his career. He's getting, I think he's like 33, 34 maybe. Let me get his exact age. He's 34 years of age, so he's getting on a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised to see a big downgrade on his card. Next up, we have Mathieu Debuchy. I mean, I don't know why this guy is even still at Arsenal. Last season, he played 16 minutes for the club, and it wasn't for the fact that he was injured. I mean, he was injured at the start of the season, don't get me wrong, but he was so bad when he came in. We tried Carl Jenkinson. We played a centre-back at right-back for a little while. I can't even remember who it was. It was a spell where literally we had no right-backs, and we still didn't want to play Debuchy. The guy is awful. He hasn't played... so he's played this season 16 minutes for Arsenal. Last season 144 Premier League minutes for Arsenal. The season before 808 Premier League minutes for Arsenal. He's barely featured in the Premier League. He went on loan to Bordeaux the season before last because he was that poor. He's absolutely terrible. If he doesn't get a move, I don't know why, but he's definitely going to get a downgrade to a silver because he is not very good at all. Next up, though, we have Joe Hart, another Man City goalkeeper. I wasn't too sure about this one originally, and then I kind of looked at his stats, and he didn't really have a good season at all for Torino. Now, I was looking up some of the stats, and like I said, they finished 9th. They had an amazing season. They scored a lot of goals. Obviously, Belotti did a lot, but there is only one team in the whole league that isn't in the relegation zone that has conceded more goals than them. So only the bottom 2 sides, Palermo, Pescara, conceded more, and then there's only one other team other than the bottom 2 that conceded more than Torino. Torino conceded 66 goals, Cagliari conceded 76, and then the bottom 2 sides conceded 77 and 83. No other side in the division basically conceded more than Joe Hart last season, and that is very poor. Not the best of seasons at all. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a downgrade for him. He's going to obviously technically return to City. By the time this episode comes out, he may have had a transfer by now. Who knows what will happen, but yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, and I don't know what his card's going to look like. Obviously, in terms of FIFA, you don't want him to be getting too much of a downgrade, but it would be hard to look past the fact that based off how poorly he's played, even playing for England, he's not been very good. It's hard to think that he deserves really anything more than an 81 rated card. But who knows? EA may surprise us. He is English after all. We do love to overrate our players. Next up, we have Adnan Januzaj. Now, he's moved to Real Sociedad. Obviously, he was owned by Man United. He's now gone to Real Sociedad. I don't know how much the fee was for. I probably should have known, but I'm looking at some of his stats, and it's not good. He had 18 starts, 7 sub appearances last season, played 1,600 minutes, 0 goals, 3 assists, a red card, really poor. His pass completion, this is awful, 70%. You shouldn't be having a 70% pass completion as a winger. That is just absolutely terrible. He hasn't had a good season since probably 2013-14. The guy has been absolutely terrible. Literally has scored 1 goal since 2013-14. That 1 goal was for Man United in the league. He's been absolutely dreadful. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go down to a silver. It might be more usable as a silver. It looks like quite a cool card at Real Sociedad. You never know. He might be one of those ones a little bit out of the blue that people might just want to use. You never know. But I can't really see him being a gold next season just off how poorly he's been. Next up, we have Shinji Okazaki. The guy, he was good in their title winning season. Don't get me wrong. He had a great year. But last season, he featured a lot. 21 starts, 9 sub appearances, 1,600 minutes. Only managed 3 goals, 1 assist. He had an average rating on WhoScored.com of a 6.5, a 6.48 in the Champions League as well. Really, really poor season for his standards. If you look back at kind of his history, sorry if I'm looking over there a lot. I want to make sure I get stats right and kind of have a good reasoning behind a lot of these downgrades. I know sometimes with downgrades you have to be careful. A lot of people will say, oh, you can't be giving this person a downgrade. I think he's been good. I want to be able to substantiate the reasoning behind all of my downgrades. So, like I said, last season, really didn't contribute in the goals. To be a 77 rated card is not good enough. I mean, if you go back to previous seasons, like for Mainz, 5 and 12 goals. To just get 3 last season, only 1 assist for the amount of minutes he's played, it's not really good enough. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes down to a silver. I honestly wouldn't be too shocked if he left Leicester too. It wouldn't surprise me if he just got on out of there and went on somewhere different. I don't know. I don't know if he's. I think he should get the downgrade. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we'll move on to the next player, and that is Moussa Sissoko. I'm sure there will be people that comment down below saying you've only put him in because he's a Tottenham player. Come on. Come on now, if you're a Tottenham fan, you'll agree with me here. To be fair, he hasn't really featured much that season, but that's because whenever he featured, he's been awful. 8 starts, 17 appearances off the bench. The guy's been just terrible. His pass completion's alright. I mean, he's got an 81% pass completion. Champions League, couldn't even muster a 70%. 4 games he played in the Champions League, couldn't even complete 70% of his passes. Really, really poor. Played a lot of the time on the kind of like the right wing sort of thing. When he was coming on, was playing a little bit more central, but just a really, really poor player. And I can't believe Tottenham spent 30 million on him. If people think he deserves an 80 rated card still, I'm shocked. I know a lot of Tottenham fans detest him, so I'd be surprised. However, even if he gets downgraded to 77 with those stats, if he was given a centre mid card, it's a different world. Either of these cards, if they're in centre mid, pretty sick. I'd definitely use them, but we all know he definitely does deserve the downgrade. And next up we have John Terry. He did get a downgrade in January, I think, to an 82 rated card. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps going down. He didn't really feature towards the end of the season. Obviously he got his couple of ridiculous ones where he got subbed off and was it the 28th minute or something like that. And then he played against Watford when they conceded 3. Played against Southampton, like a couple minutes. It was just really stupid, pointless season for him. Obviously he's gone to Aston Villa. A move down a league that would usually typify a downgrade. He should be going down to 80 rated, and his physical should be going down. His stamina is going to be getting lower. His pace, everything should be going down really, and he shouldn't have a very good card next season. Last but most certainly not least for this episode, we have Wilfried Bony. The only thing that makes me think maybe they won't downgrade him is because he just hasn't been getting minutes. But I think that also could be reason why he gets downgraded, because he just hasn't been good enough to feature for a long time. Now, if we go back to his time at Swansea, he was fantastic. He had a 9-goal season and a 16-goal season. 9 goals in 16 starts is not bad at all. Then obviously went to Man City, didn't get any game time, just hasn't featured. He went on loan to Stoke last season, 2 goals in 9 starts. I mean, it's not the worst record, but obviously, like, he hasn't had the game, he hasn't been good enough to get the game time to do any more than that. If he stays in the 80s, I'll be absolutely blown away. I'm sure he's going to get a move. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to maybe a West Ham, maybe someone a little bit lower in the table, or Burnley, perhaps. I feel like he'd suit Burnley quite well. I don't think anyone's going to buy him. I don't know what his wages are. I'm assuming they're relatively high. But for someone that pretty much plays a full game every time he starts, he's not really done a right lot. There's no way he should deserve the 77 rated card that he has right there, and I would be very, very shocked if he has it. But that, guys, brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below who you disagree with, who you agree with, if you think I'm wrong on any of these, and let me know, most importantly, who you think should be downgraded, and maybe we'll have a look at them next episode. It would be interesting to get your guys' opinion, maybe look a little bit further than the Premier League like most of these were. Smash that like button if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if it's your first time watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.